rib injury, or Colby Covington, this is his night. I mean, he showed it's not easy to take Woodley out of there and finish him. I mean, the last two guys couldn't do it.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Well, Cowboy can't help but notice your body language. It does not seem that you feel pleased. You didn't take a loss tonight, but it seems like you're not very happy right now. That's the way you're looking at it?
Yeah, it is. Had I not gained a point, I would have lost that fight. I mean, I can do the math. You know? So, yeah, 2020 is not my year. You know, all camp, all week, felt good. Really felt really good. I was hoping Cowboy was going to show up. And, you know, first round I go in there, and I think I was just wondering how many punches I could actually take until I got knocked out. You know? I had like a serious talk to myself, like, there was one time where I almost dropped to a knee, and then I was like, you fucking pussy, let's go. What do you can't have a conversation? Meanwhile, he's just unloading on me, you know? It's like, let's go. So maybe the second round, I don't know what it looked like, but it was funny because he was kicking me, and I'm like, man, I'm supposed to be kicking you. Like, that was the game plan. I'm going to kick you, I'm going to take you down. Everything I was drilling and practicing and trying to do, I didn't actually. This is the worst performance I've ever had. Hands down, I just very upset with myself. I don't know how else to say it, but I definitely count this as a loss. And this is 5-0. And for somebody who's out there fighting to keep his job, it wasn't a very good job I did, but you know, so Eagle wants to do it again. I told him, you know, well, let's run this right back, and he's like, oh yeah. So I said, let me at least give you the opportunity to get a win. You know what I mean? Like, let me at least give you the fair run, and let me try and show up. And I don't know what the secret is, but I told him, you know, let me have January or February, and take the rest of the year off this 2020. You know, go snowmobile, play with a little kid. I'm actually gonna step back and take some time, have some fun, and I don't know what else to tell you guys other than I did not have fun tonight. I did not enjoy it. It sucked, man. I got beat, and it's 5 in a row, 5 losses in a row. On someone who has accolades that run deeper than you can believe, you know, and it's crazy. Like the most wins, the most finishes, the most heavy kicks, the most whatever, and then it goes 5 losses. Like, man, it's just I got a lot to work on mentally, and has nothing to do with any of my coaches or my training partner. Like, we did everything right, everything was good. And then all of a sudden this morning I feel great, and then I get here and it's like. You know, I wish I had to see.
Well, I mean, you did get poked in the eye. I mean, did that affect you at all? And do you not take any confidence at all that, hey, you did weather a storm and you actually won the final round? I mean, can you take any positives out of that stuff?
I mean, other than Jafar, my wrestling coach and head coach telling me, hey man, you got 5 minutes, like you wanna like pick it up and pretend like you wanna be here? You know what I mean? Like that was it. Finally, like, fine, let's go. Yeah, weathering the inner storm. Him beating on me, that is totally separate than the inner bitch I had to get out maybe in the first round. Like, so that was good. I successfully got that pussy out of there, but other than that, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you are a legend. You are a future Hall of Famer. There's no question about it. And I know you keep saying they're going to have to drag me out of here kicking and screaming, but I can't help but hear the way you're speaking right now. I mean, are you considering?
No.
No.
Don't stress that by any means. I just need to figure out something that I'm doing wrong. I don't know where it is in my life, but I need to figure out what's causing me to be. Let's just rewind it to last fight with Pez. I felt great. That was like the best I've ever felt coming out, rock and rolling. Fight before that with Connor, dude, on the biggest lights, the biggest stage, the biggest chance of my entire life. I didn't want to be there at all. Like, you couldn't. I did not want to be in that cage. She came, you know, I was just like, looked for a way out there, was bam, take it, you know? Dude, that's not me, that's not who I am, but there's no way I'm looking or talking retirement. I'm just talking, taking a few months off to fucking figure some shit out, that's all.
last thing for me, on a much lighter note, a clean shaven Cowboy tonight. What happened there?
I don't know. Beard was looking a little scrawny. So I just whacked it all off. Figured me I'd be look younger than you.
There's a bit of a throwback to the WEC look. Have you considered speaking to a sports psychologist or anything like that? You know, you say you want to work out this mental stuff, but is it time maybe you look at who you're going to see a professional?
I should, and I used to talk to one back in the day, and Ryan King's his name, and I probably will ring him up, and I gotta do something. Like I said, I'm gonna fight Nico again. I told him whenever he's ready, let me know when we heal up. You know, try and do January, February. If he calls me in December, I'm sure I'll be like, yeah, I'm not gonna go. But so we're gonna run it back again, and I am gonna do everything I can about it, come prepared. I'll be fighting for my job, literally. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, I'll be fighting for my job. So hopefully that lights the fire in my ass that I need.
In the sort of silver lining that you mentioned at the corner fight, there have been times where someone's come at you fast and you have gone down in a minute and stuff. You didn't do that tonight. In fact, I was watching, I thought that was the most punishment you've taken in a fight and come back and still fall on. So your criticism of your own performance, I'm
The
surprised.
inner bitch, yeah, that was, I had a serious time. I had a long discussion with myself in the cage. It was like about a 3.5 minute conversation in my own mind. I was just dealing with figuring out how to get that out of there. So yeah.
But the fact you managed to get it out there is a positive, right?
Shit, yeah.
As there's a clip going around of Nico talking to you backstage saying that he wants to be you and like he, considers you a legend and stuff like that. What's it been like fighting Nico? What's your opinion of him and what was it like actually being in there against him?
He's a little stud, man. I told his coaches, good job, good way to come prepared, way to be ready, way to execute a solid game plan, you know. And it's funny because he was kicking me, I'm like, man, I'm supposed to be kicking you, you know what I mean? Like the whole thing, like, just caught me in some weird drill. I want to take him down, punch him on the ground. I know he's got great, like, weird, unorthodox up strikes, you know what I mean? So I was prepared for that on the ground. I didn't do any wrestling, I didn't do any kicking. All I did was like, listen, I gotta watch the fight, but I'm sure I lied to you, I'm not gonna watch the fight. My coach is already, we're figuring that out, but I'll be ready. I said it now, but I'm gonna try to, God, yeah, it's January, February, we'll do it again. I'll be ready to do kind of
I watched the fight, Cowboy, and I can assure you, you look a heck of a lot better than you give yourself credit for. I'm telling you, you had a lot of great moments in the fight. And also, man, this kid came out, I mean, he's a tough kid, he's really good, he's got a lot of good wins. He came out swinging hammers, man. And, you know, I guess that's about the time you started having that 3-minute long conversation with yourself. I mean, where does it come from, man? You're something special.
Yeah, I mean, I was telling Jafar and my coach in the back, like, there was a moment in there, I think he hit me with like a right and like an elbow and he kneed me. And half of my body was like, there's your chance to take a knee. And then the inner me was like, you fucking awesome. Like, absolutely. And that's why I started like having a conversation, was like, absolutely not, like, let's go. And then even talking to myself and getting myself fired up and ready to go, I just decided to keep taking punishments. Well, I don't know. Like I said, I watched, I'm really hard on myself, and there's a lot of things. I think I should have Nico came prepared, but that should have been a victory match because I want to finish in the second round. I highly feel like I should have, so there's a lot I want to work on, and man, who knows? Like I said, I'm fighting for my job next time.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of shots that he was throwing at it. He's put other guys down with, you know what I mean? And the fact that you still have that ability to dig deep, I mean, that right there is, that's intangible, you know what I mean? You can't learn that.
Homer Simpson, you know what I mean? Just tough and dumb. So, just fighting down. I love it. But I didn't have fun. So tonight was, I needed to figure that out.
Looking at some of your last few fights, like when your eye blew up against Tony, and you got poked in the eye against Anthony Pettis in the first round, you get poked in the eye here. When that happens, there in this inner monologue, it's like, God damn, I just can't catch a break in these fights.
Well, yeah, when he poked me, then at least he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. He knew right away, you know, and he did it again. He was like, oh man, you got one look, God dang it. But he was super respectful, man, because the guy was, and then he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And back and trying to kill me. I was like, yes, that was awesome. What a cool guy. What a great father. What a good, he's going to do great in the sport, man. I'm still just here he goes. So, yeah.
To your far left. Your far left. The last time that you were here, it was you were fighting on one of the most successful cards ever in UFC history. Tonight you were inside of Apex without a crowd. How was that for you?
Oh, other than like the walking to the cage, I don't really feel any different like in there fighting, right? I feel like the fight just as hard, but it's like the walk to the cage is the cool part. People hanging in the crowd, yelling, and that's fun. I mean, as soon as the election's over, I'm sure that'll be right back to normal, so we should be good to go.
Did you miss the crowd?
Yeah, I missed the crowd. I did. I really did. And I did. Yeah. But still good. We're making it work, right? We're doing what we have to do. We're what is it, October? We're 3 more months of this bullshit, and we're gonna be here. All of a sudden we're like, and back to normal. Here we go. So it should be good.
Finally, for me, one of the things that you hang your hat on that's talked about a lot is that you're so active and you've been active throughout your entire career. Do you think maybe it's time just to take a break and reevaluate and maybe miss the sport a little bit?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. You nailed it. That's kind of like what I'm talking about doing. So, but hoping we'll be like January, Good?
Hey, Kelly, you mentioned the Colby thing being over after the election. Kind of like, what are your true feelings about the Colby thing? And do you think it's an overreaction, or what's your thoughts?
Yeah, super overreaction. Where I live out in New Mexico, my life hasn't changed at all, man. We go to the store, I don't wear a mask. We're like all quarantined on the ranch, but that's just the way we live. But out here, like when we were walking in, they're like, put your mask on. I was like, hell no, I don't stand for that shit. I'm not gonna wear a mask on TV. I don't wear one anyway, so I don't know. I'm like a true gritted, hardcore American Republican, so I don't know if me talking Republican talk up here for Trump is gonna help anything. We'll probably go viral. A lot of people hate me, but yes, I think as soon as the election's over, this is gonna just kind of wash out. I really do. I think. Yeah, is it real? Of course, I do. I believe it. But so is so many other things, you know. It's just, I don't know. I don't get why our whole entire world shut down. But I get it. No one wants to say it, but.
Have you been invited to any of the Trump rallies like you were last time?
No, not this run. I have not. I've not been invited. Maybe Colby got invited.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Blake.
See you in January, February, whenever you let me know. Either one, don't matter. I'm ready whenever, baby. Let me know how Christmas goes if you need a little re-up on the bank account, so.
Oh, I will. I'm gonna. You know I got those Cinco Niños.
Hey, how you doing?
You doing good? I'm doing great. Woo! Yeah, I like these people right here. Monster representing. How y'all doing?
Good. Nico, obviously, no surprise, it ended up being a very, very exciting fight, back and forth.
I'm a meat maker.
I would say, did it play out like you thought it would?
Yeah, I thought I was gonna get the W. Apparently, my fingers got a little slippery, and we're trying to find some eyeballs. I felt really bad for that, and it was anxiety fighting a legend. You know, he moved, and I was like, oh my god! And my hands, I felt so horrible. You guys heard me. I yelled at myself in there, and I was just like, don't be a freaking loser poking people in the eye, man. I got punched in the eye. I'll poke you. That's all I was going through there.
I mean, you did some real damage in the opening round. I mean, did you think, like, I think I've got him here, we're going to get out of here in this first round?
I thought I was getting out in the first 30. I caught him with a few clean combos, and I saw blood, and I saw his eyes roll, and I saw him stumble a little, and I was like, okay, I'm going to catch this right. Not here. Not here. Not here. You know, and then he started coming alive, and he started kicking me. He said he wasn't kicking me, but my left leg hurts a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I threw a lot of kicks at him. My right leg hurts from that, but and besides that, this was a glorious fight for me, man. I had so much fun.
I was going to ask you, it was clear how much respect you had for him and how much. So, I mean, you've been in some great battles, but was it mentally different tonight being there with him?
100%. You know, I grew up watching this man, and I try to like base my career on a sportsman like him. You know, like I want to be a good old down home boy. You know, I'm here to fight people and fight. We got it over with. What's up? You know, it's a beer or something. You know, down with that. No, I don't drink. Anything else?
Yeah, he does. I've heard he does.
Yeah, he does. He's got that Budweiser on. You know what I'm saying?
I know it's kind of weird, but a draw, like you lose your win bonus, so that's not good. But I don't know, is there something poetic about it? I don't think you get to it. Although I have a feeling you're going to be kind of checked either way because that was entertaining. But
Yeah, I'm just hoping, I'm praying, man. Lord God, I got 5 kids and I need this paper so they can eat.
and he said last week he said you guys, we heard you over there. It sounds like you're down for the rematch. He said he wants to do January, February. I mean, that's what you're going to push for.
Heck yeah, that's the main event right there, me and him. You saw what we did in the co-main. I didn't even see our stare down on one of the interviews. I was like, what? They forgot me and Cerrone? How are you gonna forget about us? But we opened your eyes in there tonight. You guys won't ever forget about us fighting again. And next time we'll have our own card. Hey, dude.
What is it exactly about Colby Covington that you respect so much?
The sportsmanship, man. You saw us. We high-fived every round. We hugged the third. I ain't never hugged a man about to punch in the face in the third round. You know, normally I'm like, I'm gonna kill you. But this Donald Cerrone, man, he's smiling at you. I can't get mad at someone smiling at me. I'm like, what's up?
Was the plan to come out as aggressive as you did because Cerrone has a history of maybe could be finished early on in fights?
Yes. You know, I've seen fights like the Till fight. They come out, Connor comes out, you know, and I even threw that little Connor shoulder shrug. I tried to get him with it like he did, but I missed it a little bit. So, you know, I'm working on it. You know, I'm trying to feel great. You know, I got a little bit of time, a lot of work to do, but I got a lot of time.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone react to a draw the way he did. Michelle said yes. Why? React with the draw?
Why? In my eyes, I didn't lose. You know, it ain't an L. You know, it's a D. But no one wants D, but you know what I'm saying? It's just no, man. Like I said, it's just glory for me to get in there with him. You know, I didn't think he would still be fighting before I got up to this level against him. You know, and then when he actually moved up to 170, I was like, holy shit, he's not going to be able to get in there with freaking Donald Cerrone. And then it comes on an email. And I'm like, Erica, what's this say? That's my wife. I'm like, what's this say? She read it to me just to make sure I read right. You know, as you see in the other interview, I stutter a little bit when I read. Thank you, sir.
When Israel had started to fight Anderson Silva, he said he had been watching Anderson for so long that when he was in there, he could tell like what moves were coming. Is there any moments like that in there with you when you like Cerrone would like maybe make a move and you knew exactly what was about to happen?
His jab to front kick, his spinning heel to my body, saw both of those coming. That's why I turned a little. What I didn't see was his little blitzes. His little blitzes that came in. That's what gave me my little cut. Well, not little 11 stitches, but good one. But that was really his blitzes. And I was trying to time every time he did that head down to jump a knee up, I just missed it. But the back fist was coming in.
And when Donald was out here right away, he said he's counting this draw as a loss for him, just because he can do the math. So what do you say to his reaction to the draw?
Well, I gotta respect his reaction, you know? He's been in this game way longer than me. You know, how many fights does he have in the UFC? What, 36 or something like that? I only got 12. It's 3 times what I got. So whatever he does, I'm gonna idolize after him. Because he's the man. You know, I'm trying to be him. You know, I wanna be the next number. The only thing is that we need a price style. So I'm just working like that. Anybody else? I'm okay. I'll moonwalk out of here if you want.
Yeah.
Moonwalk.
You got it. Can't really moonwalk in carpet.
Nobody wants to take the lead. Be careful, bro.
I can't even walk right now.
Yeah, of course. Glory to God, everybody. God bless.
Hey guys, since we have a little break, there's pizza in the, warmer. Thank you. Or I can bring it out.
Thank you for taking care of us.
What's that?
Thank you for taking care of us.
I was all like, I know how hungry people can get.
Thank you so much. It's perfect. Perfect. Yeah, I haven't
I said, can I see pepperoni or cheese?
You're good. It's perfect. No, we're good now. Yeah.
I do. I was like listening. I was like, they better not take all the cheese. Thank you so much.
Jose, you want any? Or I can go get some more. I have cheese. I can go get them. Ronnie, here you go. Cheese?
It's just straight up cheese.
No, this one is cheese.
It's a container full of cheese.
I mean, a cheese pizza.
I
Right?
know.
Like,
I'm not even gonna ask you because you usually let me know. Right? It's true. We always tell them that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Public now, so that the golf course is no longer in the,
I love that Jose like gave me a look like cheese. Really? That's from your sausage. I would like my tip Venmo to me.
how about this?
What's that?
today on TV where they say that they
I think I appreciate it, pal. I went and got
Did
some
you already?
chicken.
Okay.
Yeah, chicken salad. I think you don't open this up.
he said it happens in Madness and then it was weird. I don't know if you could hear it on TV, but we sit there.
I want to step on that thing so bad.
Step on what? That bun?
And you see like the way he was, that's exactly what I like. Karen right there, because he's short, like he kind of get turned a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Did you hit anything tonight, Dave?
What's that?
Did you hit anything?
Just good, really good social media content.
No, I mean like.
Oh. No, I didn't. I got football on Sunday. Is there one of the boxes?
Oh, that video dude that you put a bumper got like 30,000.
He wouldn't be playing the hill if he didn't.
If you need a hole, this one is not plugged into anything. This, I mean, my end.
I'm good. There's plenty.
You're good? Okay.
Plenty down there. Totally good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was awesome. This is like I had this for about a year, and I was so skeptical.
All right. Everybody have food?
Yes, please.
There's this place
Alright.
on
Now I can relax.
down Melrose. like one of those vintage stores, like we're all at. It's not double, and I saw this butterfly, it almost looks like something that. Hey, when you have Bruce Buffer, like, fuck, man, you're outdoing me tonight. You know you did something right.
I don't think so. I'll let you know in a second. No, I think you're good. You're good. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, we're hyper Zoom, so you're chilling.
Okay. So I can hear. Is that good?
I'm not in your way, am I?
We're still good. We're still good.
Thanks.
I feel like I'm like 10 again.
Are you leaving in the morning? Or you
I'm not going.
not at all? Wow, you won the lottery.
If winning the lottery, it means getting up at 6 o'clock to do virtual media days.
Oh.
But I get to stay home and do all
You
my
can do it
projects.
from home, right?
Huh? Yeah. At least I couldn't do all my projects that I have for the house.
It'll be too good of you.
Are you ready to leave? You leaving in the morning?
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna sleep tonight.
So did you have to get like a separate COVID test than what we already did to get on the plane?
No, it's the same thing. So we took a COVID test last night and quarantined in the hotel.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
So you had to quarantine in the hotel, but you went in the.
Yeah. So
was that to go into there or to get on the plane?
I guess it counts for both.
It counts for both.
Counts for both. So we kill two birds with one stone.
It'll be easy to sleep on the
That's why I
plane.
couldn't have to
That's
go to
what
Walmart, because I was like, you could possibly be infecting the ones that are going on the charter.
Yeah, except we're not in the bubble if we didn't stay, you know.
But by allowing you to leave and come back.
Get away.
Yeah.
That's why we got you to think of
Is
these
it very
things.
responsible? Yeah. Where's the team? Are you driving it?
I heard him, yeah, the mic picked up really good. I heard him scream, when he came, and I didn't hear him.
He's like, I was like, come in here, let's have a chance.
It got pretty loud in there.
And he's like, thumbs up. And that was like,
I couldn't hear
Thank you.
very loudly, but then I didn't hear the rest.
How did he leave the gate?
He walked.
You're right. It's still streaming, yeah. No, I don't know how to mute it. No, I drive. Oh, I don't know. They haven't given me my instructions yet. It's not till October. I'm assuming I come here and test and then just fly back. I was gonna park at the hotel, but I don't know.
I'm in a bad time.
I'll find out.
You were telling me to keep it short, Sean.
Up, guys.
Hey, Dana.
All right. Performances of the night. We didn't have fight of the night, just did performances of the night. Costa, David Jackson, Kenzie Dern, Hamza. No shocker there. They all won $50,000, so congratulations to them.
Let's start out with the main event. Give us your thoughts on that. I mean, obviously a very dominant performance from Colby Covington. Of course, the injury ended it, but I think we all know what was going to happen when the card. So, what were your thoughts on that fight overall?
Yeah, you know, this was a fight that listen, Usman versus Colby is one of the best fights I've ever seen. This fight had that type of potential if that Woodley showed up. Yeah.
Yeah. Do we know what happened to Tyron? I know it's just right now.
It's real. Something happened with the rib. It's a rib.
Yeah. For Tyron, as you said, I mean, the guy that didn't show up that we thought was going to be 3 straight losses. Where do you think he stands in his career right now?
I think that he should start thinking about hanging it up. He's had a great career. He's had a great run. You know, he's made money.
How about for Colby? I mean, obviously, a great performance from him. He says two things. He either wants a chance at the belt again. He wants the winner of the fight coming up. He likes to fight with Masvidal as well. And of course, they have a rivalry. Has he put himself back in the #1 contender position, or do you like maybe that Masvidal fight at some point? What do you think makes sense for him now?
Right now, Gilbert Burns has the next shot at losing. So yeah, Colby definitely, you know, he's there. And the first fight was so incredible. I mean, I love that fight. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe we get him another fight. Maybe he fights Masvidal. You know, see if Masvidal wants that fight.
Cowboy and Nico, we knew that was going to be a great fight. It was. Cowboy was very dejected. You know, he said he looks at it as another loss. I mean, had it not been for the loss point, he loses on the cards. I know you had hinted like, maybe he's getting a little up there. What did you think about the fight tonight?
I thought it was a draw too. I had it a draw. I don't know how you guys feel, but I said, you know what? This thing could be a draw, and it ended up being one. Yeah, listen, for him tonight, the win for him tonight was he was on his way out in the first, 30 seconds of the first round. He fought back. He's tough. He's durable, and I love Cowboy, and I know this is gonna fucking crush him and break his heart, but it's time to have a conversation.
They said they want to run it back. I mean, they both are back here and said they want to do it again in January, February. Were you at least open to the idea of that?
I need to talk. You know, I need to talk.
Fair enough. One other thing I wanted to ask you, kind of put both those fights together. I posed such an issue over the last 2 fights. Is that anything you guys are looking at? You know, people are talking about glove designs or whatever. Is it to a point where you guys are thinking, we got to figure out some solution to this?
Yeah, it's been crazy lately. Tonight, obviously, was real bad. But, yeah, I don't know what we figured out. We've looked at different things. We have looked at it. I don't know what the answer is to that.
Hamza Chimaev just goes in there and just, I mean, one shot, amazing. What can you say about this guy and what he's accomplished in 66 days, I believe it is?
The guy's special. I've been in this game my whole life. I've never seen anything like him. He's special. He's different. He wants to fight again. So, you know, I've never been in a position where I'm like, who's next? How do we get him a fight? How do we get him over here? How do we do this? How do we do that? It's fun and I like it. And I think when you're a fight fan, a guy like this is the type of guy that you love to watch and follow and hate, you know, and whatever it might be. This guy is one of the most special fighters I've ever seen, if not the most special guy that I've ever come across. And he kept telling me leading up to this fight, you think I'm a wrestler. You think I'm a wrestler. Wait till you see my hands. Holy shit. He wasn't mine.
I want to ask this in the most respectful way possible. Damian Maia is an absolute legend of the sport. But after watching that display, I think there's a lot of people that are like, does he need to go a little higher than Damian Maia?
That's
Or
what
how did Damian through that?
I'm saying. No, this guy is special, man. It's true. So when all the fights that I've had, you've had guys that would be like, yeah, I'm going to turn around fast, and you know, let me see how I feel tomorrow. Let me talk to my team. Let me do this. Let me do that. This guy's like, I want to fight again here on Fight Island. I was like, really? So you want to fight again while we're here? It's like, yeah. So I turned him around. I called everybody and said, I'm going to do it. We're going to turn this kid around. We turn him around. He fights again. He does it again. You know, and it's like, yeah. Now I want to come to Vegas. I want to fight in Vegas. It's just I've never experienced that with anybody ever. Not even close. Not even remotely close. So listen, it's one thing to say I want to turn around, man. You know, not like this.
You think you'll bring him back to Fight Island?
I don't know what to do with him yet. We got some shit we got to figure out before we leave tonight.
Okay, so maybe not Maia. You're kind of open to maybe changing that match.
He might fight before Maia and fight Maia too. Maia's not going to be ready in time for this kid.
That's That's crazy. Last thing I wanted to ask you about, Jessica Rose Clark, Sarah Alpar, kind of a weird situation there with the referee.
Horrible situation.
We heard on the broadcast that you actually came out like during that. So what can you tell us about this? Because we're still a little bit confused. The commission said that they did use replay to determine that the knee was not illegal, which it wasn't. Did you know? Did you? Well, that
should have been over. That fight should have been over just like last week. She got finished. She got stopped. If you have to jump in and look at her and do anything, her nose was broken. You know, it was a finish. That should have been a finish. You know, I know Mark Ratner's all over this, so it's just something that needs to be worked out. You know, when you get stopped, and these kids are so tough, and girls, that poor little girl fought her ass off again after she was able to continue. She needs to be fixed. They got to figure this out.
So they didn't explain the use of instant replay. So I mean, you're in favor of having a replay, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
But they didn't really.
I'm in favor of whatever's going to be fair. If somebody won a fight like last week, should have been stopped. You know, thank God she didn't turn around and lose the fight this week. You know, it's great.
And did the president call Colby?
He did.
Do you any idea what they talked about?
The fight.
So the president was watching.
Oh yeah, I knew he was watching.
Well, what did you make of all the fight week? It was kind of a dark fight week. You know, this is such a good card and a lot of good stuff to talk about. And the way that particular fight, kind of went in the talk, it wasn't the positive thing. Do you think that was bad? Or does it not bother you?
Listen, one of the things that we've never done here at the UFC is stop people from expressing how they feel about certain things inside or outside the octagon. Even if it's me, it's about me. Who's more about free speech than we are? I mean, we literally let our people do or say whatever it is they do. It's normal. I think I would have to say, to this day, still the darkest one ever was Khabib and Conor. I mean, when I left that press conference, I didn't feel great after I left that press conference. Everything that happened this week, I fucking saw it coming 100 miles away.
In all due respect, though, you did not let the situation go like that because you had them separate at the press conference, and it didn't happen the way Khabib and Conor did.
Well, they were separate at the press conference because of I wanted to.
Yeah, no matter why it happened, but I'm saying it didn't get out of control because of that. Right?
Yeah, I don't even know if it would have got out of control. Listen, I could fucking write the entire script for you right now. What would have happened at that press conference? You guys know it too. Plus, you heard everything already. You heard all the talk. These guys wanted to fight. They hate each other. The whole deal. The Conor Khabib thing, you didn't see coming. I didn't see that coming. It was very weird and very dark. That's one of the weirdest ones ever. But again, my point in saying that is we've never stopped anybody from expressing themselves and saying how they feel. My philosophy is always, this is a fight. People are going to say mean shit to each other. It's like they shouldn't be allowed to say that. We're going to fucking punch each other in the face tomorrow. What could they possibly say that would be, this is a fight game. I don't believe in all that.
Has Colby become a factor in the rating? Does he, to use your phrase, push the needle now? I mean, is his persona such that when he fights, it has an uptick in the ratings?
Yeah, no doubt about it. Listen, people love to hate Colby. You know what I mean? And no matter what you think of Colby personally, you cannot deny that the kid is one of the best in the world, one of the best fighters on the planet.
I mean, sometimes guys in the world don't necessarily have that attraction, but he has both, right? He's a great fighter, and he's doing the numbers.
Yeah, and I mean, all of us can agree, I would imagine, that Usman has become an absolute beast, man. I mean, this guy is so good. And if you look at how great that fight was with him and Colby, it went right down to the last couple minutes of the fight where Usman finished the fight. I love that fight so much. It was such a good fight. Total war. In it till both guys are in it till the end. And it doesn't get any better than that when you put on fights.
One last question about that fight, then I have a couple for Fight Island for you. But it was a little disappointing, it seemed to me. Like, it was such a good card, so many great knockouts, and then the main event was just, kind of grinding on the cage.
Yeah.
Did you expect that type of fight, or did you think it was going to be more, with scrambles and knockdowns and that type of thing?
Yeah, it depended on what Woodley was going to show up, which Tyron Woodley was going to show up. Like I said, it should have been a lot like the Usman fight, but that wasn't the Tyron we got tonight.
And then, just wanted to ask you, you've been doing so well with the pay-per-views, right? And you did especially well in Abu Dhabi. And I wonder what your thoughts are when you look at, you have a big star in Adesanya and Costa's an undefeated guy going in there to fight with another title fight on there. Do you think this is one that has that chance to kind of, erupt the way you've been talking about some of the other ones have done?
Yeah, this show's going to kill it. Yeah, no, there's no doubt about it. I mean, Adesanya versus Costa is a ridiculous fight. It's a must-see fight, and like I've been saying, I think it's going to be the fight of the year.
And then the first time you went to Abu Dhabi, especially the first show, obviously the venue sort of helped drive, interest in the show. Do you think that's still going to be the case, or do you think that's played out and it's just going to be the fights that get people interested?
Yeah, no, we had a lot of things going into Abu Dhabi. First of all, we were first. We were putting on events when people weren't. Fight Island was a massive, a big star in the entire promotion too, and we put on good fights. I mean, everything that you do to promote a fight is perfect for Fight Island. Obviously going into this week, there's more competition. College football's on, the NBA playoffs are going on, and things like that. So it's going to be like when the world was normal again.
And then just wanted to run some comments from you on Reyes and I'll say Yon since I don't want to pronounce the name. But what kind of fight do you expect in that? And I mean, you seem like Reyes, he's almost going in as the champion given the way he fought against John Jones. And a lot of people thought he won.
Right.
Do you think that adds any pressure on him? He's coming off a win over Jones, and does that put any more burden on him to prove that he's the worthy guy?
Yeah, I think both these guys have a lot of pressure. To have the opportunity to fight for the vacant title and become the world champion is huge for both of these guys. And I think that should be a very fun fight too. Both guys are hungry, both guys are talented, and it's a massive opportunity for them.
What do you think happened to Tyron? Because when he fought Darren Till, he was explosive, he dropped him, and then it's like he just completely went gun shy. What do you attribute that to? Is it injury? Is it age? Why is he suddenly become this guy who's afraid to throw?
Yeah, well, listen, this isn't, I don't want to have the whole let's shit on Woodley press conference, but Woodley's had this throughout his career. He'll come out, knock a guy out explosively and whatever, and then, have a fight where they lay on the fence for 5 minutes. So I wouldn't say that this is shocking, right? This has never happened before, but I don't know. Listen, we all get older, man. It happens to the best of us. Woodley's had a good career. He's been a champion. He's been around here for a while. Had a good run of Strikeforce too.
You said you want to have a conversation with Cerrone about his future. He's in 5 in a row, but he looked good against Pettis and he looked good against tonight. He survived the onslaught that we've seen him crumble before.
I agree.
So when you say you want to have a conversation with him, do you want him to stop, or are you hoping to just maybe saying, look, let's start to bring it to a close? What's your impression?
Let's talk about stopping.
So is he the sort of guy that you find a job for him with the promotion because he's been such a funny guy?
I don't know, man. I gotta have this conversation with him to see what he says. I don't know. I know what he's gonna say. I know what he's gonna say. I don't want to stop. We gotta have the conversation.
Hey, Dana.
Hey.
Back here to your left. Quick question regarding what's next for Colby. You mentioned maybe Jorge. Is a rematch between Jorge and Nate Diaz still in the works?
Yeah, I don't know where we are in that whole thing.
Thank you.
Hey, Mr. White, how happy are you right now? This was almost like a double card. I mean, I don't remember a prelim segment that was, the whole card was amazing.
Right.
I don't remember last time a prelim segment was like a standalone card in itself.
Yeah, listen, everybody knew there was a lot of buzz going into this card because this card was so good. They delivered. Everybody delivered tonight. So when you put together an awesome stacked card like this and it pays off, there's nothing better.
I've covered a lot of fights here at the Apex, and I see a pattern. Some guys, fight better in that smaller cage, whereas some guys fight better in the bigger one when you move around. Would you ever consider putting a bigger cage in there, or is it too much of a hassle?
It doesn't. It literally doesn't matter. I told you I'd run those numbers. I gotta do that. But there were actually more finishes in the big cage than there were in the small cage. But I gotta rerun that now. We've done more fights in it.
Oh, okay, cool. Last thing, fans have been asking me online, does Dana really look that jacked in person? Like, yeah, man, what are you up to over there? What are your workouts?
I had shoulder surgery a year ago, and for the first time in my life, I hired a trainer. I never had a trainer before. So I've been with this guy for like a year. It's awesome.
You still doing any combat sports?
No, I'm fucking old and banged up, man. I just try to get in there and not get hurt and not get fat.
Dana, here. I was just gonna ask you about Mackenzie Dern. Was her 5th fight in UFC, her 10th professional fight in MMA. I just want to know your thoughts on her.
She looked incredible tonight. The submission she pulled off was insane. She looks like she's in the best shape of her life after having a baby. And, it's almost like, to be honest with you, since she had the baby, it's almost like her career is actually, she's gotten more focused and she looked incredible.
She said she wants one more fight before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Another question is about Johnny Walker too. He had like a kind of a messy fight out there. Just hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I expected that fight to be like that. I knew that was going to be a war. I didn't know who was going to win, but that was a really good fight. Really good fight. Both guys were hurt.
Dana, twice you mentioned that Woodley has had a great career in this press conference. Are you insinuating that he should hang it up?
Did you just get here? That's what I said.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, should probably start thinking about it. And the thing is with Woodley is it doesn't seem like his head is in the game. He's focused on everything but,
So you think he's been distracted with all the outside stuff?
Oh, for a long time, yeah.
Just lately you stumped for Trump at the rally in Henderson. Anything you want to say about that experience?
I've done it many times,
You seem to talk a lot about, bringing Vegas and making Vegas, bringing the economy back again. Do you have local political aspirations?
No, God, no.
Mayor?
Never, ever.
Okay.
Hey Dana, I want to go back to the Khamzat Chimaev situation. It seems like 5+ weeks is a long time. You're a gambling man. What are the chances you think you will bring him back to Fight Island and pull those strings?
Good. The chances are good. The guy wants to fight again. He just took him 17 seconds. He didn't really have a lot of time to train. We flew him in here. It's been crazy since that kid's been here. He was training out in the parking lot, and he's a fascinating human being. And yes, if I can turn him around and Fight Island, I will.
After his victory, Kevin Holland told you he didn't win the fight. Is it a lock that those two will run it back? Darren Stewart?
Stud. What he said was, he walked over to me and he said, I didn't win that fight. And I said, well, you and I don't make those decisions, somebody else does. And he said, no, we need to do that fight again because I didn't win. I respect the shit out of that.
Dana, real quick, Hazmat's fought 2 different weight classes. If you had to slot him into one for the foreseeable future, do you want to know welterweight?
Yeah, what's crazy is when you talk about his win tonight and what he did and how impressive he was, he knocked out a guy who was 185 pounds, a real guy, with one punch. He's 170 pounds. So, I'm telling you, the guy is like nothing I've ever seen before. Never seen anything like this in my life. Special. Good?
I was going to say, could you put him against someone like Liam Edwards?
What's that?
Could you put Hazmat against someone?
I don't know yet. I mean, if he's gonna fight a guy like that, you're breaking into the top 5. You give the guy a full camp. You can't expect that. Listen, everybody thought the hype train was over tonight. We're gonna throw him in with a top 5 guy. You very, very few people get into the UFC. Very few people break into the top 15. Almost nobody breaks into the top 5, and literally very, very few people become world champions. So to take a guy that fast and just throw him into the top 5, maybe you could do it, but you definitely don't do that. You give the guy a full camp. And
I know we're dealing with hypotheticals, and I know I asked you about this a couple of weeks ago, but could you, if he keeps going like this, could you see a scenario where he fights for the middleweight title and then 2 months later fights for the welterweight title?
I don't know what I see right now from him other than this guy is different and special and like nothing I've ever seen before. I think this guy has the potential to do anything. We'll see how this all plays out over the next year. I mean, look at what he's accomplished in fucking 66 days. Imagine what he'll accomplish in 9 months. Right? Good night, everybody. I'll see some of you in Abu Dhabi.
Colby, congratulations on a very dominant victory from start to finish. Just grade yourself. Overall, how'd you feel about your performance versus what you expected in there tonight?
I felt pretty good, but I'm my own toughest critic. I know I can do better, but it's still better than everybody else in this division. No one's finished it like that. Everybody's taking the scorecards. He was done at the end of the 3rd round. He was ready to quit. He told his coaches he was done. So that was the worst decision he ever made, showing up to fight me. Almost worse is him not getting a prenup with his last ex-wife. And speaking of prenups, where's Jorge Masvidal? I know he should have got a prenup with his ex-wife, so he needs to come see me for all the talking he's done. Come see if he can walk the walk. I talk the talk, I walk the walk. I want to see Jorge Masvidal in that octagon.
Interesting. So, Dana was here earlier. I don't know if you made it in here yet or not, but he said, Colby's right there. I mean, obviously we got to do Usman and Burns first, but Colby's right there. So, you said before the fight you weren't sure which one you prefer. Right now, if you could take a fight rather than wait for the title, you'd rather face Masvidal?
Well, yeah, if I'm not getting my title shot, which I deserve more than anybody. That last fight, there was so much controversy. It was a terrible stoppage. Everybody knew I was still in the fight. I stood right up and protested right away. The fake nut shot, kicked him in the liver. He was ready to quit. The fake eye poke, just all the bullshit. So I want to see a fair fight. And that's what I deserve, is a fair title fight. And if I can't get the fair title fight, I want the best friends turn enemies fight with Jorge Masvidal, Street Judas. He's been talking all that talk reckless. At our old gym, he was saying, "Oh, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that." Okay, let's see it. Come see me in octagon, man. If you're so tough, let's see you back up those words. But he can't. He's gonna go hide. He's gonna look for that soy boy out of California, Nate Diaz. He's gonna look for easy fights because he knows I'll expose him just like I did Tyron Woodley tonight.
So do you think it'd be a bigger fight? They're talking about doing the rematch right now, Masvidal Diaz too. You think it's a bigger fight to do with you than it would be with him and Diaz?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a bigger fight. Everybody knows Nate Diaz is done. He hasn't been relevant in 5-6 years. The guy fights once every couple years. He's got nothing left in the tank. He's had so many fights. He's got CTE. He shouldn't even be fighting anymore. It's a shame. His coaches, I feel bad that they let him go in the octagon anymore. So, they didn't do this fight with me and George. He's been talking recklessly in the media. He's been saying all this shit. Oh, it's on side, this and that. Okay, come back up your words. I back up my words. All the talk I say, I walk the talk, and I talk the talk, and I walk the walk. Let's see it, Street Judas Masvidal.
As far as tonight goes, kind of ended in a weird way. Didn't take away from the fact that you were well ahead on the cards. The injury, do you know exactly what happened there?
Yeah, he was done. I broke it. The 3rd round, he quit. I heard that after I cut him open and I put vicious ground and pound, he was done. He told his coach he was done. He was just looking for a way out. He knew I trapped his arm, and I was getting ready to put vicious just ground and pound him and finish him right there. And he just would rather take the easy way out. You know, he'd rather be a coward, you know, a spineless coward like he is. So he's a woke little bitch, and he got exposed tonight. And, you know, that's why he's been running me for so many years. I've been calling him out for 5-6 years now, and this is exactly why I was calling him out, because I knew I would do this. And no one's broken, no one's finished him, so don't take away from my finish. He got knocked out, he got broken tonight, just like I said I was going to do and retire him.
The last thing for me, Colby, again, a lot of interesting scenarios here for you, right? We know when burns is supposed to happen. I mean, you've earned a full camp. You've earned the right to know when the date is. But will you keep yourself ready just in case to say, you know, even if it's a week notice, 2 week notice, if you get the fight with Usman, you'll jump in and take it?
Absolutely. You know, I'm a company man, and I stay prepared, man. I'm not a part-time fighter. I'm a full-time fighter. I was ready to jump in, you know, on the last fight when it got scrapped. I was ready to go on a week's notice. I say that. When I say that in the media, I mean it. You know, me and my new coaches, my new team at Colby Covington Incorporated, Daniel Valverde, Cesar Carnero, man, they've molded me and helped me grow as a fighter. I've made so many strides in my game, and you still haven't seen the best Colby Covington yet. I'm 32 years young. I'm still getting better every single day, and I'm still hungry. I love this sport. I love fighting, and I love proving I'm the best. And getting calls tonight from the President of the United States just makes it all worth it. It's just so humbling.
Was the fight tonight a fair representation of what happened when you and Tyron trained together?
That's exactly what happened, you know, in the championship rounds, he would quit. He would just tell his coaches, plain and simple, I'm done. I don't want to train anymore. I can't keep up with Colby's pace. He's too much, and he knows what'll happen if he's burning out of gas. He knows I'll mark his face up. And he was already cut open badly from the vicious elbows I was landing in the round before, and the body work I was doing. He didn't want to fight no more, plain and simple. He just didn't want to get knocked out unconscious, so he took the easy way out. You know, I don't blame him. You know, he's a spineless coward, just like LeBron James.
Do you, when you were in the gym training, was Tyron more competitive with you, or was Jorge Masvidal more competitive with you?
Definitely Tyron was more competitive. I mean, you can go look at the videos of me training with Jorge Masvidal. There's a video on YouTube, us in the apartment, you know, training for 2 hours straight, and just playing with him. And, you know, when I used to train with Jorge in the gym, they'd tell me to go light on him. You know, they'd be like, hey, go light on him today. We want to, you know, he's preparing for his fights, you know, and so we want to build his confidence. We don't want him to go into his fight, you know, beat down. So go easy on him today, because, you know, we want to make sure that he's confident going into his fight. So Street Judas Hospital knows who his dad is. And I'm still mad that last Father's Day he didn't give me a shout out, because I am Jorge Masvidal's daddy.
What do you think Tyron Woodley should do now for his career?
You know, I think he should do whatever he wants to do. You know, if he wants to keep fighting, he still has to fight in him. You know, he's still a great champion. He had a great career, but you know, I think that's up to Tyron. You know, whatever he wants to do, you know, he's gonna have the right to pick what he wants to do.
Is the animosity between you two gone now? That you've got the picture of proving that you've had anything else on? Is it over for you, or are you always gonna have that between you?
You know, we're always going to be divided. You know, he stands for everything I hate. He stands for evil. He stands for Black Lives Matter. You know, I stand for America. I stand for dedicating this victory to all the law enforcement out there, all the military, all the people that put their lives on the line every day to protect our freedoms and to keep our community safe. So, you know, he doesn't stand up for that stuff. He hates that. He wants to defund the police. You know, it's a shame. So I'll never be friends with a guy like that.
Colby, what did the president say to you during your call?
The president just said, you know, he's my biggest fan. You know, just as much as I support him, he supports me. And he said that he rushed away from a big rally he just had in front of like 36,000 fans, and he had to make sure he got back to watch my fight. And he just told me how unbelievable good job I did, and he just is so excited for me. He wants to see me fight for the belt again and bring him a new belt to the Oval Office. You know, I'm the only fighter in the history of this sport to go to the Oval Office in the White House and give a world championship belt to a sitting president. So, you know, it only makes sense that I'll be the second fighter to do it.
And this was your first fight with your new team, correct? And I think in one of the promos you said you helped correct a lot of the past mistakes. Did you, so looking at past fights in this fight, did you perform as you expected with the new team?
Yeah, I performed just how I thought I would perform. You know, I'm a better version than I ever said I was going to be. And I told everybody in the lead up to this fight, this is Colby Chaos 2.0. This is a new version of me. You know, I have a team around me, my coaches, Cesar Carnero, Daniel Valverde, who just completely focus on me. You know, it's not a team anymore, it's an individual sport. They're making sure my growth as a fighter is to get better every single day. So to get the knowledge from those guys, Cesar Carnero, my kickboxing coach, You know, we take strides in our game every single day, and we're hungry and we're happy to train and we love it. So, you know, we're just getting started, man. I'm still young in the game. I'm 32. I haven't even hit my prime yet. You know, Daniel Valverde helping me with my judo and my jiu-jitsu. That guy's the best judo and jiu-jitsu player in the world. I'll put him up against anybody in the world in jiu-jitsu. I'll put 100 grand on it. He'll go against any jiu-jitsu guy, and I guarantee he smokes him.
Hey, Colby, back here, sorry, to your left. Congratulations with your success and the performance that you had tonight. Is there a part of you that wishes maybe you moved to MMA Masters and Colby Covington Incorporated earlier on in your career?
Absolutely, Alan. You know, I wish I got to my own team earlier. You know, it's just the old team that I was at, you know, it was holding me back. There was a lot of drama, there was a lot of bad energy, and I wasn't living and getting my full potential out of myself because I was worried every single day. I got guys like Dustin Soray who's screaming at me, you know, Street Judas Mossfall screaming at me, having coaches holding back, and I couldn't even train, man, because those guys were just draining my energy. So the lead up to my fights, like, I didn't even get training camp. So I'm so happy to be at Colby Covington Incorporated, have Daniel Valverde, Cesar Carnero, and you know, it's just, the training is amazing, man. We're just getting started, and the best is yet to come for us.
Now, after your win, you called out Usman. He has that big fight against Gilbert Burns coming up. Do you think that he beats Gilbert?
Who's he fighting?
Gilbert Burns,
Who's that?
the top contender.
I'm pretty sure I'm the top contender. Nobody just finished Tyron Woodley like I just did. The last guys that fought him, you know, took him to decision. No one's finished him like that, made him quit. So, you know, it didn't matter if King Kong was in there with me tonight. After getting a call from the president and getting to see him earlier in the week, you know, he gave me the dragon energy. So, you know, just like November 3rd in the election, when Donald Trump gets his hands on Sleepy Joe Biden, it's going to be a landslide. The silent majority is ready to make some noise.
And you and I, we've spoken last year about Nick Diaz, and that's when you mentioned to me that you have signed to fight him back in 2018. What are your thoughts on his potential return in 2021?
Yeah, I signed to fight him in Madison Square Garden 2 years ago, you know, and he was going to sign, and then he backed out last minute. So, you know, that's an easy money baby check. Nick Diaz is on that soy boy diet in California. He knows who the king of the West Coast is. I'm a kid from Oregon, a small town in Oregon, living the American dream. So he doesn't want to mess with me because he knows I'll take his life inside that octagon. He'll never be the same person again.
But if you're not offered the championship fight next, or Jorge Masvidal, if that doesn't get worked out, do you still have interest to fight Nick?
Yeah, I would love to fight Nick. You know, he's a high pressure fighter. You know, I'd love to fight him. It'd be an easy fight. And, you know, I'd definitely retire him. Just like I retired Tyron Woodley tonight, Nick Diaz would never fight again. I promise you. After I got done with him.
Thank you, and congrats again.
You posted on Instagram that you were dedicating the fight to the police department, who's been vilified, and to military heroes. Now that you've won the fight, is there anything you'd like to add to that?
You know, I just want to dedicate this victory to them. You know, all law enforcement, all military out there, men and women. You know, you guys are the real celebrities. You guys are the real heroes of America. Not these woke athletes, not these spineless cowards like LeBron James. You know, it's the law enforcement who protect our communities and keep us safe. You know, all these athletes, you know, they use law enforcement, private security to make sure that they're safe. And now they want to vilify them. They want to talk about the 1% of the 1% of the bad times that they do. What about all the other good things? What about 9/11 when they rushed in and put their lives on life to save all those people? What about all the good things they do every single day? So, you know, I fight every single day, not only for the Trumps, but for the troops, for law enforcement.
Well, I guess with your other post, you called Tyron Woodley a domestic terrorist sympathizer. How do you draw that parallel to, you know, fighting for equal rights and social justice? How are those the same?
Because he's standing up for lifelong criminals. You know, the Black Lives Matter is a complete sham. It's a joke. They're taking these people that are complete terrorists. You know, they're taking these people that are criminals. You know, these aren't people that are hardworking Americans, blue-collar Americans. These are bad people. They're criminals. You know, and they shouldn't be attacking police. You know, if you're breaking the law and you're threatening the cops with weapons, you know, you deserve to get what you get. So, you know, that the law enforcement, you know, protects us all. You know, if we don't have law enforcement, it'd be the Wild Wild West. So, You know, people need to go give a pat on the back to law enforcement every single day and thank them for keeping us all safe. Otherwise, you know, all these criminals will be running the streets wild, and none of us will be safe.
So you're saying that Tyron Woodley supports criminal behavior and encourages it?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he's a communist. You know, he's a Marxist. You know, he stands for criminals. You know, he hates America, and that's why he got burned tonight.
Right, understood. What makes him a communist? I don't understand how you arrive at that conclusion that he's a communist.
Because everything that he stands for, man, he stands for everything that is against America. He doesn't like America. He doesn't stand up for the rights of America. He doesn't stand up for law enforcement officers. He wants to defund the police. These are the same police that give him private security of him and his family, you know, daily. So, you know, now you want to vilify them and put targets on their back like LeBron James. You know, these guys are heroes, man. These guys are real celebrities. So, you know, we need to give a shout to law enforcement and stop trying to vilify them.
And just one more. Normally, you have a lot of build-up to your fights. You generate a lot of conversation. You reach the needle. Why the radio silence going into this one? You weren't very vocal on social media this time.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I was busy doing other things. I had to prepare a speech to talk with the President of the United States at his rally, you know, I'm a busy guy these days. And Colby Covington Incorporated, I'm focusing hard on my fighting and training every day. And, you know, I've noticed all the media say, oh, why are we quiet? Also, are you guys admitting that I'm entertaining, that I make all your guys' lives a lot better by seeing the thing I post? I think so. So, you know, I'm here to make money. I'm not here to make friends.
Colby, congratulations on the victory. Just one question. You're here to make money. The schmo saw the IG post, 3 chicas, mybookie.ag. You put down money on yourself, 3-1 favorite. How much money did you win this evening?
I mean, are you talking about with the fight, or are you talking about the sports book? You know, I'm a wealthy man. I'm doing good for myself, and you know, I told all the fans out there, you know, count on me, man. I'm the sure money. You know, it's a guaranteed lock. So, and not only did I make a ton of money in my bank account, I know I made all my fans. I know I made all their bank accounts great again. So it was a great night, Shmo.
The sports book. How much?
Too much to count. You know, I went over to the win the other day, and they think that I'm putting too much money down there, and they don't like my action anymore. They think my action is too sharp, so they don't want to take my bets anymore.
You did have a cheering section up there in the Apex. I saw Dan Bilzerian. What does your post-fight celebration look like tonight?
A lot of mamacitas, a lot of cardio being worked on. You know, I'm always in training, so I had to keep getting better. I got to get back to the bedroom cardio and get ready for my next fight.
Congrats.
Thanks, buddy.